Hey everybody, welcome to another WarThunder pilot video. This is Worcestershire, and today we're going to try something new and different where I take a look at your Air Arcade replays and analyze your flying. Today's replay is sent to me by a subscriber named Severed Ed. He's a level 16 player, and he tells me his crews are at about level 25 for the planes he was flying in this match. So we're doing an airfield domination map, Jiangsu. It has 3 airfields, and the main objective is to capture the airfields by landing on them, and then maintain possession of the airfields as long as you can until the other team runs out of tickets. So it looks like he's in a Russian lineup. He's starting in a lag. Here he is, lag 366, and he's got rockets on it. We're going to go into pilot view so that we can see what he's paying attention to. Here we go. So right away he's diving straight down out of spawn, getting his speed up, and head straight for the middle airfield. Pretty aggressive move. Let's just speed up the footage here for a second. It looks like he's going in for a cap. He's got his landing gear down. He's trying to slow down. Yeah, he's definitely trying to slow down using his guns and moving around. Alright, so 2 guys capped at the same time. That's alright. Let's pause it right there. So they capped the middle airfield as well as the one closest to their spawn point. But, I mean, I like the aggressive go straight for the airfield attitude. He's definitely objective-minded here so far, which is good. It'll help them win the match. But in this case, since there was somebody right in front of him clearly capturing the airfield, if I was him, I would have aborted my landing attempt and got my speed back up, maybe just concentrated on covering the guy who's landing. Let's continue here, see what he's doing. So he's heading in the direction of the 3rd airfield. So he's trying to get some kills here. He's got 3 rockets left. It's hard to get air kills with rockets. Take out this BF-109, why not? He got him. Oh, and he's going straight for the cap. Very aggressive. They're gonna have all 3 airfields. That's very nice. He capped it, just landing gear, then he got shot down. I think it was kind of a shock to their team to have them be so aggressive like that. That's actually not a bad approach for these 3 airfield matches. Okay, now Severed Ed is in a PE3, I think. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, PE3. PE3 is an excellent plane for capping airfields too. It can take a lot of damage. So as people are trying to shoot you as you're landing, you can tank a decent amount of damage. This is a bomber, but it has some front guns that have a pretty rapid rate of fire and can definitely get air kills with that. So they still have all 3 airfields. So enemy just retook Alpha. He's getting some altitude here. Now he's diving. He's kind of shooting arbitrarily there, it seems like to me. Oh yeah, he's getting aggressive here again. He's heading straight for Alpha. He's got somebody on his 6. me just pause it here for a second. I'm not sure what Severed Ed really had in mind here, but what I think he did, remember when he was starting out in the PE3, he stayed at kind of a high altitude for a while, and then he went to that really steep dive. I think that's a really smart move because what I think he's doing is trying to rush his way over to A and do it fast so it'd be harder for him to get shot down. Doing this puts him in a position to capture A, and at the same time, it may be pulling some of the enemies away from the other airfields. He might be able to take out this B-39 with his bombs, or his guns. His guns. He got him. Nice. He's got his gear down. He's going straight for the cab. I love it. Very aggressive. This is forcing the other team to have to recap Alpha instead of gaining control of the other airfields. So one thing I'm noticing here is that I would criticize here is Severed Ed is not looking around. He's just kind of focused on what's in front of him. Like, he really should be holding down his mouse look key and using his mouse to look around and see what's behind him and what's above him. That would help out a lot. Dropped his bombs. Staying low altitude, that's not bad. He's kind of lost a lot of speed here. He finally went down. And now the enemy has two airfields, but they're pretty far behind. Let's see what plane he hops in next. Yak 9T. Yak 9T is a 3.7 battle rating plane, I believe, in arcade, and has a 37 mil cannon in the front, or in the, center mounted in the middle of the propeller. I guess one other thing on these replays, you don't see this mini map up here, and Severed Ed might be relying on that to see if there's someone behind him, or it can be tricky to do that though. He missed, but it's hard to hit with that cannon, and he's going straight for the cap again. I love it. It's like, that's our airfield. Very aggressive, and he capped it. Still got the gear down. Okay, he's pulling it up. Again, I think he should be looking behind him. He needs to have his head on a swivel and keep looking around. Get some altitude, always a good idea. Try to get an altitude advantage in a fighter. Using that altitude to go into a shallow dive and get some speed. Looks like he's lining up this P-36, trying to head on. It's too bad he missed. Try zooming in, maybe that might help with your aiming, Severed Ed. But good job not dying in head on. So I can see we're getting close to coming to the end of the replay. And I really didn't get a chance to analyze Severed Ed's, air-to-air combat style, because he wasn't getting into dogfights or anything like that. He was really solely focused on the objective and capping airfields and keeping the pressure on the enemy to deal with that. So he's just protecting the airfield here, and it looks like they're about to win. That was a really quick win for a 3 airfield match. It's not easy to win that quickly. Yeah, so he finished in 4th place. He got 4 airfield caps, 2 air kills, and 2 deaths. I would say he did a really good job in this match in terms of going after the objective and trying to win it. He was definitely a big part of that, 4 airfield caps. The one thing, like I said, is try to look around more. You want to bind a key. Let's go to the controls and take a look at what I'm talking about here. Is it in common? Yeah, mouse look activation under view controls. So common and then view controls, mouse look activation. Bind that to a button or a key. I have it bound to C, which is close to all my other controls. And so I just hold down the C button and move the mouse around to look around me. That'll help a lot. So here's a quick clip just to illustrate some of the tips that I have for severed head. Number 1, try zooming in. Do that a lot. It does help with your accuracy. And then number 2, right there you can see I turned around. I was able to do that just by holding down my mouse look activation key. This just allows you to use your mouse to look around without having my plane go in the same direction I'm looking. But overall, I would say well done, Severed Ed. Did a great job. I would love to have you on my team because I like playing with people who go for the objective and help win the matches. If you want to send me a replay to analyze, first thing you want to do is the replays menu here. Find the replay that you want to share. And then rename it using your character name. And then any other descriptor you want to add, like 15 kills or ground strike or air dom, something along those lines. So now you've renamed it. And then you just go to the replays folder on your hard drive. And hopefully you can see this, but for me it's in Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, WarThunder, and then there's a folder called Replays. And there you can see that's the replay file that I just renamed. And you can, this one is 8 megabytes, so that's a little large for an email attachment. But if it's more like 2.5 or 3 megabytes, you might be able to just email it to me in attachment. I'll put my email address up on the screen. It's warthunderpilot87@gmail.com. So either attach it to an email or put it up on Google Drive or Dropbox or some cloud server and email the link to that file to me and I can download it. That's it for this video, everybody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any other tips for Severed Ed, or there was something you thought I didn't bring up that should have been talked about in that replay, please let us all know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.